Hello and welcome to Potomac Local Live. I'm Uriah Kaiser, publisher of PotomacLocal.com. With me today is Kelly Hannon. She's a spokeswoman. She is the spokeswoman for the Fredericksburg region for the Virginia Department of Transportation. And Kelly, behind us, we've got a big sinkhole. We're right here in Stafford County. We're in the Park Ridge neighborhood, where about a week ago, a sinkhole formed right behind us.
Yes, right behind me we do have a sinkhole that is about 18 feet deep, about 25 feet wide. We are working to repair a connection from a failed drainage pipe that leads to a drop inlet. And so we've been working all of last week to kind of pump out water, assess what needs to be repaired, and this week we've excavated down to the pipe area, we have ordered materials, and we can now begin to actually work on replacing the portion of pipe that we need to put in.
So that pipe, we were out on this street about a week ago. We spoke with some neighbors here. You can read that on, you can subscribe to PotomacLocal.com and read that exclusive story. But I want to ask you about that pipe, right? That seems to be an issue that caused some problems for some neighbors who live, that caused us, I guess, some flooding issues here on this street. We are on, I believe this is Eustis Drive and Legal Court, right? Right where we are in North Stafford. What exactly went wrong with that pipe?
The pipe underneath Eustis Road is actually in good condition. Stafford County has lent us their camera system, so we've been able to kind of survey the pipe itself running underneath the road. It does not have any blockages at this time, so we don't need to actually replace the pipe underneath the road. We are replacing a section that is it's a connector that connects the pipe underneath the road with the drop inlet, which takes the water down from the street level. So that is actually the small piece that we are going to be replacing. The pipe itself underneath the road at this time does not need to be replaced.
So was it the pipe that was initially clogged? Because as you'll remember, we got some serious rain in here about a week ago. We have more than 5 inches of rain that we had the weekend before this past weekend. Did that pipe clog up and then cause some flooding issues here on this street?
I think it was actually the failure of the connection itself. When we were able to camera the pipe, it did show that it was clear.
Okay. So there was nothing in the pipe, but the connection failed, and that's why water accumulated here. You know, this isn't Florida, right? This is Virginia, right? We don't see these things that often, but it has been one of those strange rainy summers, right? Because we've got this sinkhole behind us. We've also got a problem on Bells Hill Road. Back in June, that road failed. Talk to me about that and what's being done there.
On Bells Hill Road, we do have a contractor that's mobilizing that's going to bring in some specialized equipment called a soil nail launcher. The reason Bells Hill Road is closed, we had a slope failure, which is essentially the earth that was supporting the road itself and then caused the pavement to fail when the slope failed. So we have to fix both the slope and then the travel lanes itself. So we have a contractor that is essentially creating a retaining wall on a very steep slope on Bells Hill Road. That work is underway. As soon as they're finished, we expect it'll take about 30 days. Toward the end of August, we'll be able to actually restore the travel lanes and reopen Bells Hill Road by mid-September.
I want to ask you again, that is the nail sloper?
It's a soil nail launcher, and essentially it shoots metal rods underneath the road into the earth, and then we're able to put a concrete substance over it and kind of really secure it in place.
That has to be very interesting to watch. I mean, have you, in your time in this position, have you ever seen anything like this, these types of equipment being brought in to solve these types of problems? And I'll put on top of that question, as you talk amongst yourselves at VDOT, has this just been an unusual season this summer when it comes to weather?
We have had a tremendous amount of rain, both in terms of the volume, the number of storms, and then just the intensity of rain we've received over short periods of time. So typically, you know, we do pipe replacements year in, year out at VDOT, just part of our normal maintenance work. But this year we have had more emergency replacements that have been in cause part by just the tremendous amount of rain that we've received that has led to some of these failures that have led to, you know, very sudden detour routes for a lot of drivers around town. So we do understand that that is an inconvenience to drivers, and particularly for the people living here on Eustis Road, Christopher Way, Legal Court here in Stafford County. So we do expect tomorrow on Wednesday we'll have our materials in hand. We should be able to get in and start replacing that connection. We do think it will take approximately 2 weeks for the entire area to be restored and to reopen the road, just because in addition to putting the pipe back in, the connection, we have to fill it back in. There are some utilities that may need to be relocated, reactivated. and then certainly the restoration of the path, the walking path too. So we think all of that may take up to as long as 2 weeks to accomplish.
So it is important to point out that utilities, at least at last check when we were here, they are working. Right, neighbors tell us that the water is on, the power is on, and they have cable and internet, so they can watch TV and get online. Thank goodness. But there still is that detour in place, and that detour is coming from as you get off 610 onto Eustis Drive. Once you hit Northampton, then you come down, and it's Christopher Way, right?
Yes, we do have Eustis Road. It's closed. Residents have access. If they have any visitors, if they have any services coming to their home, they can still get through, as well as mail and trash. But for everyone else, we do ask that you adhere to the 25-mile-an-hour residential speed limit as you come down onto Christopher Way as the main route running parallel to Eustis Road.
Take it slow. Don't take off the neighbors. Right. This is not a highway, and the work is ongoing. Right. There are large pieces of equipment here behind us. You guys moved that in here on Sunday, so a lot of equipment here on Eustis Drive, Eustis Road, and Legal Court. That's not normally here. It does not look like the normal neighborhood setting that we normally see here. Kelly, thanks for joining us today on Potomac Local Live, and wish you all the best about getting this problem and the others that have cropped up with the weather fixed soon.
Thank you, and certainly anyone can check for an update on 511virginia.org at any time to see the status of the repair.
All right. I'm Uriah Kaiser. This is Potomac Local Live. We'll see you next time.